Well, hey, JC Kids Pre-K team, this is Jeff, and hey, I wanted to share with you just a little bit, if you weren't able to come to the meeting this morning, a little bit of what we talked about as we talked about reinventing pre-K. We talked about some really big changes coming for pre-K, looking probably January 1st for those changes, and I really want to get these in front of you now. I want to get your feedback on them now. We don't have anything carved in stone yet, and so now is the perfect time to hear from you about things you're excited about, things you're concerned about, things you're wondering about before we launch any kind of big change. So I've got a little bit of the slideshow that I put together earlier. It actually comes with some building diagrams. Hey, Caleb, can you close the door? Caleb, I'm talking on a video right now. It shows some of the room layout that's going to be a little bit different for us. So it's important for you to be able to see this. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you right now. And yeah, let's just go ahead and, oops, I got to hit the share button. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm going to put the room up and just talk to you a little bit about some of the groundwork that we did as I've talked to some of the team members. We had a meeting last month where we just brainstormed what are some words we want our pre-K to be described as. And we came up with 7 words. Fun. Everyone agreed. It's got to be fun. It's got to be fun for the kids. And if it's fun for the kids, it should be fun for us as team members. We want it to be safe. It's so important for parents to know that their kids are going to be safe, that nobody is going to pick them up except for the designated people. We want kids to be connected with each other and kids to be connected with leaders. We want them to look forward to coming and seeing church friends and look forward to seeing leaders and teachers. And we want learning to be a big part of it. It is church. It's not just a time for kids to play. We want kids to learn, and specifically we want them to learn about this guy called Jesus. It's not so much behavior or trivia about Old Testament Bible heroes, but we really want our pre-K kids to know Jesus. We want music to be a part of it. We know that kids connect to God through music very well. We want it to be equipping to families. We don't want families to have the attitude that they just drop their kids off and we train them up on Sundays and then they're good for a week. We want parents to be equipped as they leave, and we want it to be relevant for kids. So if we have kids sitting in rows at desks with workbooks, that's not going to be real relevant to how we do things in 2019 or 2020. So we want our learning styles and our environment to be relevant for kids. We also talked about things that are going really well and things that need to be improved. And a couple things that we feel were working is that kids, we felt, were connecting with each other and with leaders. So we felt that was going really well. We thought that the younger kids especially connected well with Ollie on video, and we felt that activities that had movement along with it and energy were ones that the kids enjoyed and connected with. What we did feel is that toys were an enormous distraction. Every pre-K person that I've talked to, every team member has told me, please, we have to do something with the toys. They're everywhere. They're a constant distraction to the kids. So we know that's something we needed to address. Activity prep, especially at 10 a.m. There were a number of leaders who said, we're doing this while kids are coming in and they're playing and they want our attention and we want to give them our attention, and yet we're prepping things. So that's something we need to address. We felt that many kids didn't engage with the Bible story, which is a big problem, obviously. Activities that don't involve energy and movement have not been received well by the kids, so we know that we need to change the kind of activities that we're doing. And almost everyone I spoke to said, hey, this curriculum, could we get something else? This feels a little tired. The kids seem tired with it. We're tired with it. Let's look for something else. And so we're planning on doing that. Now on to our room. I've got it on a monitor next to me. I'm going to probably point at it accidentally a number of times. So we've got this basic room model that I'm thinking of, and you'll see this red line in the middle where it says barn doors, and that's right where our sliding glass window is right now, and the proposal is to take that window out and to take the wall out underneath it and to open that up so that it can function as one room, or with some barn doors that are closed can function as 2 different rooms. That's everyone that I've spoke to. I've talked to a whole bunch of the staff team. I've talked to Mark about it. We're all really excited about that possibility and what it does for us. You'll see in the room below, there's an area for toys. It's smaller than the area we have for toys right now. It's an area that we plan to build some things to allow those toys to actually be put away out of sight when they're not in use. I'll talk about that in a little bit. In the upper room, you'll see a stage, proposing to build a little stage in there to have a seating mat put in there that you see in a lot of MCPS not pre-Ks, but kindergartens, where it's just a big grid. And there's some pictures and stuff on it, but there's lines that go across it that give spots for kids to sit in. We feel that that would be a really good environment for kids. Maybe get rid of some of the distraction of the chairs in there. And then TV you see up there. We're looking at getting a brand new TV for that space, a tablet that would control some slides in that space. Mark has some great connections to get some pretty large TVs for not a very big amount of money. So looking to update some technology in that room, which is exciting. You'll also notice an entrance and an exit. When those barn doors are open, all the kids 2 through 5 will be together. And so rather than have separate drop-offs and pickups, we'd like to do something more like we do in kids' church, and that is have an area where parents enter to pick up their kids, and then a spot where they exit, and we can check their tags, we can get their take-home materials to them. We have a little bit of a log jam going in the hallway right now, and this solves it. Also is a much safer environment for pickup and drop-off, and so some real nice ability there with that barn door open. Let me walk you through a little bit of the straw man plan that I have, and this is a plan that I'm going to reveal to you. The room will change a little bit with it. You'll also notice that there's 5 team members on this plan, and I'll be revealing those team members to you as we go along as well. So notice that we've got these little blue ovals. These represent our current tables, and we've got some stations to set up as kids are dropped off and it's time to just play. So these stations could be a number of things. They could be puzzles or Play-Doh or coloring. Someone suggested Legos earlier. That's a great station. We can change these things up every week if we want. But as kids come in, there's toys available and there's some stations available for them to play at. Also on the TV will be a countdown. We want to start right on time, right at 10, right at 11:30. And I propose 7 minutes of play. Maybe that's too much. Maybe it's not enough. But whatever it is we agree to, we'll have a countdown timer going to a cleanup song that'll encourage kids to clean up for what happens next. And I think that's a real key for kids. They're used to doing things like that. And if the cleanup song happens and people start pitching and cleaning up, just about every kid, is going to start jumping in and cleaning up. So this is what the room might look like. The barn doors would be open at this point, so it would be one big room. We don't have a lot of kids that get there right at 10, right at 11:30, so actually having those rooms together is nice. It just provides a little bit more of an atmosphere that there's actually people here to play with. Next, we'd have all of the kids go into this top room where the stage and the seating that is, and we'd close these barn doors. This would be our large group time. Notice that there's no toys in here. The diaper table that's in there is gone. The tables would be out. There aren't a lot of distractions for kids in here, and they'd play a game to start with, and they'd have a time of singing. Notice that one of our team members is now defined. We've got a large group presenter. There'd be one person for each service, and this is what they would prepare for the morning. They would prepare to lead this large group time with kids. And that's all they would prepare for. They wouldn't have to prepare any of the small group activities, just sharing, singing with the kids, playing a game with them, sharing a Bible story. You'll see that next. So one person leading up front is what we're looking at. Notice on the TV also we're going to worship videos. There's tons and tons and tons of preschool music videos out there, and I'm excited to start digging in and using some of those with the kids. So the large group leader's doing that, and then the next thing that they're going to do is they're going to go into this Bible story time. And you'll also see at this time that center leaders 1 and 2, so we've got a couple new members to our team, they're going to slip out. They're going to slip into that larger area, and they're going to begin to set up what is going to happen next. We're looking at getting a magnet cover for our toy box so they can conceal all the toys. They'll put away the tables that we used as stations earlier, and they'll start setting up for the group activities that's going to happen next. I'm really excited to share those with you in just a second. Also looking to have a snack time come back into play here. I'm looking to just do goldfish every week. I've experienced that in pretty large churches that just do one snack every week. Kids never get tired of goldfish, so this I think works well for us. And after that snack time, we're going into a transition where we're doing something called learning centers, learning center rotations. And you see the rest of our team members apply here. We have 3 center leaders and then also a floater as a part of this. And the center leaders are going to prepare one learning center that they're going to teach 3 times. Learning centers are simply activities, and the idea is that you have 3 very different activities. One might be a retelling of the story. One might be a game that they play. One might be a craft that they do. One might be some sort of discussion that's happening. There's all kinds of different activities, and you see them in our curriculum now. You see different kinds of activities. But you've got 3 activities, and we'll split the kids into 3 groups: a 2s group, a 3s group, and a 4s and young 5s group. And these groups will rotate amongst the learning centers. So each one of these groups is going to go to center 1, center 2, and center 3. And so the leaders at each of those centers are going to lead this activity with each of those groups as they come in. So 3 different groups. So you're going to do the activity 3 times. On the TV, there'll be a 5-minute timer for those rotations so that we can keep track of time and keep it moving. Our large group presenter and floater, who aren't involved in those centers at that time, they're going to help kids each 5 minutes rotate to the next station. Looking at doing these around some carpets instead of around tables with chairs, just having kids sit around different colored carpets, carpet circles around here. Notice that all the toys are put away, the tables are put away, so the distractions are put away here. I'm really excited about this idea of learning centers. This is what preschools and kindergartens do with kids. They do these learning centers. So kids who are going to preschool, they are already familiar with this concept of learning centers. And I've observed kindergarten classes with these. They work so well, and kids just love them. They love knowing that they're doing what they're doing for a little bit, and then they get to go to the next activity. So I'm really excited about this idea. Learning center leaders really could be anyone from high school up. I think it gives our high school team members some focus on what they can be doing. I think it'll help us recruit more high school team members if they know that they have one task that they're really having to prepare for, and that they're going to get to lead these kids when they come in, that there's a job specifically for them. After the center rotations are done, we're going to move all the kids back into that smaller room with the stage and the seating mat. We'll close those barn doors again, and center leader and 3 and the floater will slip out, and they will pick up those learning centers, put them away, and get prepared for playtime again, because really the lesson's almost over at this point. The large group leader is going to sing a song with the kids, sing one more song with the kids. They're going to review the lesson with them and pray with them, and then we'll open up those barn doors. We'll have the learning centers all set back up, and we'll be ready for kids to play and wait for their parents to come through. And that's our morning. Kids are moving. They're changing what they're doing every 5 minutes or so. Every team member has a focus for the morning. They know what they need to prepare ahead of time. They know what to do at all times. So I think that really helps you know what you're doing as you're there. And I'm really excited about what this could be as we roll into January. We talked about some things that we need to make sure of. I just got some feedback from the team this morning. They let me know, hey, we're going to need to make sure that we're recruited with enough team members to make sure that we've got 5 people there. It's doable with 4, probably, but probably not real comfortable. 5 seems to be the perfect number for the team. That's really what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to do 2 in one room and 3 in the other. And so, but making sure that we have enough people recruited so that we have 5 team members each week is going to be key. Also, building up a song library is going to be key, so that kids, so that we have songs for kids to sing. About 20 songs or so is probably the max that we'll ever want to have in there. So we'll need to start looking at some pre-K videos and things like that. So next steps that go with this, I want to hear from you. I need to hear from you. Just email me going, hey, that sounds good. That's nice. I like it when people think I did good things. But what I really want to hear from you is what your concerns and questions are. Is there anything about this that concerns you? You say, I don't know about this. I don't think this is going to work. Or any questions you have, like, I'm not really sure what you're meaning here. I don't get it. These are the kind of things that we need to be talking about right now before we get too far down the track of putting this in place. I need to hear these kind of questions and concerns from you, because It's all in dry erase marker right now. It can easily be erased and rewritten. So if there's things that we need to change, I really want to change those right away. And then I'll get with you guys in a week or so and start to talk about what we need to do to start looking at some curriculum and picking some new curriculum to use. But I'm so excited about this. I think this or something like that, as we keep tweaking it and changing it, is going to be really exciting for kids, really exciting for parents. I think really exciting for our first-time visitors. I think it's going to look like we know what we're doing, and it's going to be a fun and safe environment for kids. I think kids are going to want to come back to it. And I think kids are going to be learning about this guy, Jesus, and starting to fall in love with that guy, starting that journey right now. My goal is that kids who are coming through our doors are starting that journey with Jesus now, and they're going to continue on it, and they're never, ever, ever going to depart from that path. They're going to fall so in love with Jesus that they are going to be lifelong followers of his, do incredible things for his kingdom. So thanks for watching. Glad you were able to see this. Give me some feedback. Shoot me a message on Facebook or email me or talk to me on Sunday. Let me know what your questions and concerns are. And I'll be getting with you guys on some next steps and looking at curriculum and making this become a reality. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.